very good evening and a very warm welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Savindri Jayawardena. Let's look at the top stories for the day. Officials seek more time to accurately calculate the damage done by the sinking fire-damaged ship Express Pearl. Parallel system or bodies to University Grants Commission will definitely affect the country's higher education system, NPP MP stresses. News in detail. The country's COVID-19 patient count rose to 228,197 with 2,275 persons testing positive for COVID-19 yesterday. According to the Health Promotion Bureau, Colombo, Gampaha and Kalutara districts respectively leads the list of COVID-19 positive cases so far. Health Promotion Bureau announces that only 15,214 PCR tests were carried out yesterday and detected 2,275 positive cases. The country's total patient count also includes 4,661 Sri Lankan returnees from abroad and 328 foreigners. The district distribution of COVID-19 patients detected to date shows 55,991 persons from Colombo, 33,156 persons from Gampaha and 24,982 persons from Kalutara. Kandy and Kurunegala also follows them with over 11,000 cases each. By yesterday, 33,404 patients were under medical care and hospitals had 1,548 persons suspected of having COVID-19 under observation. According to Health Services Director General Dr. Asela Gunawardena, there are 92 ICU beds in COVID-19 treatment centres and only 75 are in use. The epidemiology unit states that 2,014 persons were discharged from hospitals yesterday, bringing the country's COVID-19 recoveries to more than 192,000. Meanwhile, Cabinet spokesman Kehelia Ramukpalli yesterday said that the decision on lifting travel restrictions on 21st June will have to be made on 19th June and 20th June. State Minister of Urban Development and Coast Conservation Dr. Lanka yesterday said that expertise within the country is not sufficient to accurately calculate the damage done by the sinking fire-damaged container ship Express Pearl. Accordingly, speaking to the media personnel virtually, the State Minister said that initially 3 UN Environment Programme experts will be in Sri Lanka.
Ministers got together and formed a committee with the officials also. There we understood, through the discussion we understood, the expertise that we have within the country is not sufficient to accurately calculate the damage, because Sri Lanka hasn't experienced this before to this extent. So what we did was, through the Foreign Ministry, we wrote to the United Nations and seeking their assistance. So they have positively responded.
Who in the UN? I mean, there are various UN organizations. So can you pinpoint the UN agencies that will be involved?
There are agencies which are actually working on the coastal issues. European Union. So they have now written to the Foreign Ministry saying that they can send 3 experts, but they also have said that is not enough. They will cover the full gamut and get back to us in due course.
State Minister of Urban Development and Coast Conservation Dr. Lanka was also questioned over the lack of dedicated sea pollution control equipment by Sri Lanka. State Minister Dr. Godeheva said that country will be allocated budgets for the purpose, and till then a number of friendly nations will be assisting Sri Lanka with the necessary equipment and the technology.
We are not fully equipped to handle a disaster on our own. We depend a lot on the neighboring countries for assistance. As you very correctly mentioned, probably there were plans, there were expectations, there were requests, but probably because of our economic conditions or whatever, not the full thing has been made available. But now we are trying to do 2 things. Number one, whatever within our limits, what we can request from budgets, next year we'll be seeking budgets for various institutes to buy this equipment. Secondly, we are writing to many countries, many supportive, friendly countries, asking whether they can assist us. Because it is not like seeking financial assistance. Equipment is something that can come much easier. Most countries are willing to support, and already to the Foreign Ministry, several countries have written on their own, and offered support. So we'll see how that will work out.
Stay tuned for more news right after this break.
Hello. දැන් ඔයා හිතන්නේ හැමදේම වෙනස් වුණේ කොහොමද කියලානේ? උත්තරේ මගේ ළඟ තියෙනවා. අපි හැදුනේ එකම සබැඳියාවක බැඳීමෙන්. හැමදේම හොඳ වුණේ සබැඳියාවේ හැදීමෙන්. අපි මෙතනට ආවේම එකම එක සබැඳියාවක රැඳීමෙන්. ගෙදරට වැඩකට ගමනට එකම එක සබැඳියාවක බැඳෙන මුළු මහත් රටකට. Good morning sir. How can I help?
SLT Mobitel. එකම එක සබැඳියාව.
ඒත් නෑනේ පොළගාවේ නම් තිබුණලු
මම ගියා එහෙත් ඉවරයි
කාර් එකයි කෝටි ගොඩයි ටිකට් එකයි දිනුම් දෙකයි සම්පත ලග්නවර්ම මාසිටම එකයි
පරක් වෙලා වාසනාව නැති කරගන්න එපා
ජාතික ලොතරැයි මණ්ඩලය
අන්ලිමිටඩ් නම් ඉතින් SLT Mobitel අන්ලිමිටඩ් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් හැමෝටම ෆිට වෙන හෝම් සහ මොබයිල් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් පැකේජ් පෙළක් කුරු වෙන්න අපේ අන්ලිමිටඩ් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් වලට SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබැඳියාව
Welcome back after the break. National People's Power parliamentarian Dr. Harini Amarasuriya stresses that the proposed General Sir John Kothalavel National Defence University Bill will pave the way for militarization and privatization of higher education in the country. Speaking exclusively to the Art Television in Colombo, parliamentarian Dr. Harini Amarasuriya says that allowing any other ministry other than the Higher Education Ministry to administrate the country's higher education is dangerous.
The problems with this bill are manifold. For one, it proposes to set up a parallel higher education sector coming under the Ministry of Defence. Now, as you know, higher education in this country, in particular university education, is regulated by the University Grants Commission, which is responsible for setting the standards for university education, for handling admissions, for recruitment of staff, for all matters pertaining to the university sector. However, what this bill proposes is to establish a parallel system coming under the authority of the Minister of Defence and the Ministry of Defence by setting up a board of governors primarily made up of military personnel to set up a parallel higher education university sector. Now, this authority will be empowered to regulate not just the Kothalavel Defence University, but to also set up campuses affiliated to the Kothalavel Defence University, other institutions, to recognize degree awarding institutions, and given pretty much the same authorities and the responsibilities currently with the University Grants Commission.
Moreover, National People's Power parliamentarian Dr. Harini Amarasuriya further said that the draft bill was prepared and presented by the previous government in 2018 but was unable to get passed in Parliament. She also noted that same bill without a single change has been presented by the current government and that it seeks the approval of the lawmakers.
The Kothalavel Defence University Bill is also proposing a fee-levying university education, higher education system. The governing body is empowered to set fees, to charge fees, and to fundraise other than what it gets from the Treasury. So in essence, what this bill is proposing is the privatization of the university sector as well as militarization of higher education, both of which are extremely dangerous trends. So it is a university that is run as a military establishment, regulated by the military, offering higher education to a civilian population. This is completely contradictory to any idea that we have about higher education and also of the need to ensure that higher education flourishes in a much more open, accountable, and consultative manner than what is being proposed in this bill.
Stocks closed 0.31% higher on Tuesday, helped by LOLC Holdings, LOLC Development Finance and Melsta Co plc. Unlikely in other days, most of the banks reported a downturn yesterday and day before yesterday. LOLC Holdings gained 14 rupees and 75 cents to close at 401 rupees. Brown's Investment closed to cents, up at 6 rupees and 30 cents a share. LOLC Finance closed 20 cents, up at 6 rupees and 90 cents, and LOLC Development Finance closed 10 rupees and 20 cents at rupees a share. John Keel's Holdings closed 1 rupee down at 136 rupees and 25 cents a share, and Valuable One closed 80 cents down at 54 rupees a share. Haley's PLC closed 10 cents down at 75 rupees and 10 cents, with key subsidiaries Dip Products closing 40 cents, up at 50 rupees and 20 cents, and Heka PLC gained 10 cents to close at 95 rupees and 10 cents. The Kingsbury closed 10 cents, up at 6 rupees and 40 cents, and Singer Sri Lanka closed 20 cents down at 18 rupees and 40 cents. Commercial Bank of Ceylon closed 60 cents down at 90 rupees. Hatton National Bank closed 50 cents down at 135 rupees and 25 cents a share, and Sampath Bank closed 60 cents down at 55 rupees and 10 cents a share. DFCC Bank closed 50 cents down at 63 rupees and 10 cents, and Nations Trust Bank closed 70 cents up at 59 rupees and 90 cents. Ceylon Bank closed 30 cents down at 50 rupees and 70 cents, and Pan Asia Bank Corporation closed 10 cents down at 16 rupees and 80 cents. The Colombo Benchmark All-Share Price Index gained 23.26 points to close at 7,605.53. The S&P SL20 index of more liquid stocks fell 0.11% or 3.42 points to close at 3,051.52. Turnover was 1.7 billion rupees, with 75 stocks gaining and 94 falling. Stay tuned for more news right after this break.
SLT Mobitel Home Broadband data balance එක බලා ගන්න, extra GB මිලදී ගන්න, දුරකථන දෝෂ වාර්තා කරන්න දැන් හරිම ලේසි. My SLT app එක භාවිතා කරන්න, නැත්නම් 01121212 SLT Mobitel ස්වයංක්‍රීය සේවාවට පිවිසෙන්න.
ඒත් නෑනේ. පොළගාවේ නම් තිබුණලු.
මම ගියා. එහෙත් ඉවරයි.
කාර් එකයි කෝටි ගොඩයි ටිකට් එකයි දිනුම් දෙකයි සම්පත ලග්නවර්ම මාසෙටම එකයි.
පරක්කු වෙලා වාසනාව නැති කරගන්න එපා.
ජාතික ලොතරැයි මණ්ඩලය.
Unlimited නම් ඉතින් SLT Mobitel Unlimited Internet. හැමෝටම ෆිට වෙන හෝම් සහ මොබයිල් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් පැකේජ් පෙළක්. කුරු වෙන්න අපේ Unlimited Internet වලට. SLT Mobitel එකම එක සැබඳියාව.
හලෝ, දැන් ඔයා හිතන්නේ හැමදේම වෙනස් වුණේ කොහොමද කියලානේ? උත්තරේ මගේ ළඟ තියෙනවා. අපි හැදුනේ එකම සැබඳියාවක බැඳීමෙන්. හැමදේම හොඳ වුණේ සැබඳියාවේ හැදීමෙන්. අපි මෙතනට ආවේම එකම එක සැබඳියාවක රැඳීමෙන්. ගෙදරට වැඩකට ගමනට එකම එක සැබඳියාවක බැඳෙන මුළු මහත් රටකට. Good morning sir, how can I help?
SLT Mobitel එකම එක සැබඳියාව.
Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 35.66 points to close at 7,641.19, and the S&P SL20 gained 25.08 points to close at 3,076.60. The turnover was 2.71 billion rupees and almost 88 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. With that, we'll be signing out to today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care and good night.